Hi everybody, welcome back. Samantha, Kansas City Stitcher here for Flosstube 44. Today is May 24th. It's a Saturday. My daughter is with her dad. It's her brother's birthday, so here I am. It's been 3 weeks, 3-ish weeks, I don't even know. I have one finish, that's it, and a few, I think 3 new starts. I'll have to insert pictures because I didn't charge my tablet, so that's going to be of no use. If you have seen my new friend Stitch, I went and watched the new Lilo and Stitch on Thursday. If you can hear the dog, sorry. If you can hear the kitten, I'm also sorry, but she is very noisy. Maybe I'll insert a picture of Amaranth right here. Maybe. I'm gonna get started. First is my finish. This was my Strand a Day project. This is Hello from Liz Matthews. Gather Here. I nixed the bottom saying. I can't tell you exactly how many days it took for me to finish this. I can tell you that whenever I started it, I had the bird done, not the feet, and I had this leaf done, I think. So I have the bird and the leaf. And the rest of this, I did a strand a day on. This is on a 28 count Be Stitch Me Cardinal with Classic Colorworks Ruby Slippers. I was definitely going for red on red. And I think right where my doorway is, I'm not showing you, but I think from the ceiling to the door frame, I think I could fit this right there if I can find a frame. That'll be perfect. That is really creepy with Stitch in the background. I might remove him. I don't know. I really like him, so I don't know. It's the AMC popcorn tin. So and I'm not gonna say how much money I spent on it because it was absolutely ridiculous that I even spent that on a popcorn tin. But I really wanted it. This made for 15 finishes so far this year. Hopefully, I can get at least 15 more. We'll see. This first one, I'm going to have to insert a picture for this start. This is the Witchy Stitcher. It was a Patreon chart 2 months ago, I think. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. It's a garden witch, something garden witch, or something witch garden. I don't know. I started this for Jason X Stitch, his halfway to Halloween Sal, and that's just pitiful. I probably got maybe 200 stitches in on that. I mean, I don't know, but that's just sad. I'm doing this on 20 count Portobello by Be Stitch Me, I believe. I believe that's the name of this fabric. I just had half from a different project. And I don't think that this will take up the whole thing. Actually, I know it won't because I don't think it'll go above like halfway. So hopefully I can get another little small-ish thing on it. I'm leaving this out. I need to work on that a little bit more. I haven't had as much stitching time as I have in the past. I do not have a color printout of this, but I rejoined the Artsy Housewives Patreon just because of this pattern, and my husband absolutely loves pandas. If I would allow him, and the state of Missouri would allow him, he would own one, but however, that's a no from me, so. But I couldn't say no to this pattern. I'm stitching this on the Digi Stitchery 20 count Spooky. I love these cards that come with the fabric. And she is very local to me. She lives in a town like maybe 20 minutes from where I live. I also did not get very far on this. I'm stitching this with the DMC called Force. With the exception of one color because I didn't have it in stash and Michael's didn't have it either, so. And I was not gonna order off 1, 2, 3 stitch whenever I needed one DMC color because everybody knows that one floss cannot travel alone, and I was not gonna pay $3.50 shipping for a 66-cent skein of DMC or however much it is. I don't know, Michael's it's like 99 cents now because tariffs. So, which is absolutely outrageous to me because 99 cents is way more than 25% of a raise, but what do I know? Kaylee Tent Stitch. Kaylee of the Sewing Shop. Her birthday was Monday? Tuesday? Tuesday. The 20th? I'm pretty sure it was the 20th because my dad's birthday is the 19th, so I'm pretty sure it was the day after his birthday. Posted on Instagram that she was starting Long Dog's Act of God for her birthday, and I was like, I don't need an excuse to start another Long Dog, but I'm gonna use that as a good one to do it. So I started Act of God. I did like 328-ish stitches, I think. I'm doing this on a 40 count white linen, and I am doing this with a Mosale Silk witch hat. I was gonna go buy a bunch of DMC 550, but then I realized that I had this spool ow, my back just popped when I did that. I realized I had this spool, and most sale spools, oh, speaking of, I was wondering where those went. Most sale spools are 360 yards, one stranded. That should be enough to do this entire thing. It should be. And I'm gonna leave this out for a little bit. I messaged 2 people in this week about some plans that I have next year, and I'm thinking of making it a 2026 Long Dog year, so we'll see. I'll have to restart 2 of the Long Dogs that I own because I have UFO'd 2 Long Dogs that I do have in my possession. I UFO'd Saga and Mort's D'Amour. So I'll have to restart both of those, but one of these days I'll finish a Long Dog, I don't know. Next is the only temperature stitching that I did. And I'll explain that I'm doing the Giro d'Italia stitching. I'm stitching however many kilometers they bike that day, they cycle that day, and I'm stitching that on one project, and I'm stitching it on Cherry Magpie. But I did do one day of temperature stitching since my last video, and that was on Strawberry Fields Forever, which I will be pulling out in June, because I am not going to do temperature stitching in June. I'm going to strawberry stitch. And then it's the next cycling in July. So, here's where I'm at. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Cranberry Crush. by Forbidden Fiber Co. I think my 100 stitches were like all in this area, like the going down. I can't tell you for sure though. I love this. This is one of my favorite things to stitch on, and I wouldn't mind finishing this in June. I don't know that it'll happen, but I wouldn't mind. I am not stitching at work anymore, or I haven't been. I've been reading at work, which has actually really been nice, because I've finished quite a few books by reading at work. Next up is my All Are Equal in Death. I'm stitching this on a 22 count. I don't know the name of this fabric. And I'm stitching this with Boysenberry by Pirate Robin Floss. Pirate Robin Designs, I think is actually the name of there. I think I'm at like 50%. I did this. I know that I pulled this side down. And my neighbor's dog is, of course, going crazy, because why wouldn't it while I'm in the middle of it making this? But I can't control. I'm definitely going to finish this. I think I might focus on this in September. I don't know, because I didn't have samplers before this year. I mean, I did, but I didn't. So I might do sampler September. I don't know. I have quite a few samplers, so maybe that's what I'll do. Next, I'll have to insert a picture of this also. It's Cat's Cafe. I did do quite a bit on this. I am not going to take this out of my hoop because I have it in here perfectly. Annie, XO, Needle in the Hay, XO, and I are stitching this together. Well, we started it together. I shouldn't say we're stitching it together, because she has 2 cats done and I have 1.5. I think I've added this whole cat since my last video. I finished this cat, which you can't see all of, but I love these little cats so much, and I plan on stitching quite a few of these after I'm done with this one. But I told myself I had to finish this one first. I cannot start another cat so to stitch until this is done. I'm stitching this on a Hand Dye by Rolanda 28 count. It says it's number 201. Hand Dye by Rolanda sometimes names her fabrics, but for the most part she doesn't. And this was definitely not one of them that she named. That's definitely getting left out, because even just looking at that now makes me want to work on it, like right now. Love Thy Neighbor, Modern Folk Embroidery. Did I start this last video? I think I did. I added some more. I think I started this in my last video. I'm stitching this on a Fiberlicious Molten Magic 36 count. And I'm using a Moselle Silk Granite. I'm really liking these tone-on-tone things, so I don't know why I needed brown on brown, but I did. I love this. I would love to get this Quaker done before I really put this away, but I have so many plans next month that I just don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. I have a lot of editing to do that I normally do not do. because my tablet's dead. I wish I had looked at Instagram before I had started this video. I think I'm at 60-something% on this. This is my birthday star. This is a Colorfully Sarah pattern. It's called Spring Insects, and oh my gosh, where is my needle? Whew, there it is. I'll insert a picture. I have finished quite a few of these colors. I am color completing this. I did the outlines first, and then I'm, well, like a coloring book, I'm coloring it in. I really like stitching that way. I don't know why, but this is fantastic to work on. I've been trying to finish at least 1 or 2 colors a week. Every time I've worked on this, I've put in like 10%. So maybe in a month I'll have this done, because I've been putting in about 10% every week. Because once I get started, I kind of just can't stop myself. I had this little bug done. I had this bug done before. I completed this bug. That's the only one I've completed. But I've done quite a bit on this one. That's definitely going to stay out because I work on that one. Because I've been working on Cherry Magpie so much for this Giro d'Italia, I am behind on this stitch along. This is Quaker Christmas. I'm hoping I can do a little Christmas in July along with my cycle stitch, because I didn't do the part before and a new part just came out last week or this week. So I think that I've worked on this a little bit since my last video. I'm doing both. I'm stitching both on 40 count Coconut Shell by Be Stitch Me. If I was at this week's spot, I would be at 50% on both, I believe. 50% of the way done. I think that we completed this Quaker last. I will definitely be leaving this out to work on. And this one is in the hoop because I was working on this a little bit the other day. I've really just not felt any motivation to work on this. I'm not really sure why. And my thread is hanging for some reason. That's just what I'm going to do. This is the stocking. I'm doing a pink and silver conversion on this one. The last part, I believe, was these two trees and this. And then the last part that came out, which was not last week, 2 weeks before that, was this in the Quaker outline right here. And this week's was finishing this and doing some. There was something else with it. I don't remember now, but this will be getting left out because I know that if I get too far behind on this stitch along, I won't get caught up and I won't feel motivation to work on it at all anymore. This one, I'm kind of mad at myself for this. This is my Twilight Moon. I was really hoping to have this done before this video. I have felt nothing to work on this. No, nothing. This is Skyfall Fiberlicious 32 count. I'm stitching it with the Night Garden palette, the Called For Floss. This moon fill-in is a lot. It's quite a bit, and that's kind of what's made me stall on this. I will get this done. And I was thinking about maybe making this my full moon project until it's done, but I don't know that it would even really take me that long if I just worked on it. We'll see. We'll see. That's getting set out. This is my new Stranded Day project. This is Hello from Liz Matthews Flowers, always. I am stitching this on a 28 count. I don't know the name of this fabric. I had a different project on it that I UFO'd a couple years ago that I haven't even ripped the stitches out. Like, I haven't even taken the old stitches out that I had. That's where I'm at. I think the last time I showed this, I had the I and the M done. So I have worked all the rest of this. I am stitching this with a Night Stalker Calling Floss. Dazzle Me? I love Night Stalker Calling, but I will say it's almost too much variation. You have maybe 2 stitches in a row that are the same color, and then it changes. So I don't know. Like, this always is it's almost too much. But I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna finish this because I really like it, and honestly, it looks really good on this fabric. I wish I had brought it up just a little bit, but that's okay. I love Hello from Liz Matthews word patterns. I don't know why, but I do. I do. I need to keep that out, actually, because this is my Monday 500 stitches. I don't need to do this on Mondays, but that's just when I do it. Slightly Bananas and I are doing a 500 a week stitching challenge. She's behind on hers, but that's okay. She'll get caught up. I know she will. I have stitched a little over 2,000 stitches since my last video, I think. I think I'm at like 15 or 16% on this. This is Mini Pixie Dreams. Artwork by Julie Finn. Charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And I'm pretty sure that this is a 28 count. And I'm stitching it 2/1, 10 stitch, half cross. I do know the difference. But some of it actually is correct way for 10 stitching, and some of it is half cross. So, I started it on the ferry this week, this past Monday, because I didn't need a new color because I'm fine with working the 310 first, but I needed something new. I needed to get out of like where you would think it was the greenery around. So yeah. I love this. I talked to her about doing this 500 stitch challenge next year too. She's trying to finish her Pinky the Pink Zelda piece next year. So I might just continue working on that. I said I was going to I was maybe going to switch it up to a long dog, but up next is my seasonal stitch that I'm also stitching with Rebecca. This is the ferret. I have finished the flowers since I last showed this. I've stitched quite a bit on this lately. This needs to be finished by June 20th. That's the first day of summer, I believe. And I'm gonna be stitching the beaver next. So, I love this. These flowers are way more fun than I originally thought they were going to be. However, what is a total pain is there's like, I don't know if they're supposed to be little flowers or I don't know, but these are like everywhere all over the pattern. That's a pain. And I definitely carried the floss on those. I will probably be carrying the floss across this whole pattern with those because starting and stopping each little one of those is not really how I want to spend my time. This is so cute though. And I know that the next set is about to be released. The first one is a wolf. I was not gonna buy these. And then then the wolf got posted and I was like, yep, I'm gonna have to just go ahead and get that. I'm gonna post after I show this pattern. Andrew the runner stitcher is doing a stitch into shape challenge for his running marathon running that he's doing, his training for a marathon at the end of the summer, I believe, end of August, beginning of September. I don't remember when he said, but it's 10 stitches for every mile. So it's been 3 weeks so far. I pulled out my Token of Love by Rosewood Manor. I am stitching this on a 32 count Forbidden Fiber Co. Lavender Fields. And I'm stitching this with a Night Stalker Calling Floss Cotton Candy. So, this is where I'm at. I'm going to put my starting point for Andrew's challenge on the screen with hopefully next to this. I've already done my stitching for this weekend's running because I wanted to make this video and I wanted to just show with 3 weeks worth of progress. So this is my husband and I's anniversary piece. I know that just from this weekend I finished this motif. I did this basket, I did this whole motif. This is the edge. This is the end of the second page. And I did the XO, the hearts, and this. Honestly, I don't even know what this is supposed to be. A rose, maybe? I don't know. These are not my wedding colors. This is just a floss that I loved, but I actually got married in a purple dress, so I'll keep stitching on that for Andrew's challenge because I would really love to get that done this year. Last whip. And then I have quite a bit of plans. This is Cherry Magpie. I will insert a picture. This is a Jet X stitch pattern. I am convinced I will stitch everything that has to do with that she comes out with. Jessica has a wonderful mind. I don't know exactly how many stitches I've done, but I'm pretty sure I've done at least 2,000. And I know that I'm at like 61%. I started this for Annie's birthday last year in October. Actually, I started something else for her birthday and I finished it in like 3 days, and then I started this one also for her birthday because I had to. My husband excuse me. My husband saw me working on this. I don't know. I work on it in front of him all the time. A couple weeks ago. And he's like, you know magpies are mean, right? That's not why I bought this pattern. I bought this pattern because I liked it. And I don't care that magpies are mean. I don't own a magpie. I own a cross stitch of a magpie. I'm stitching in this on a Fibrelicious 32 count summer soiree. I know that I have finished, well, not finished because there's still some leaves left on this basket, but I know that I've done all of this, I've done all of this, I've done all of the magpie so far, and I've done all of this. I think I also did this. I don't think I had this done, and I know that I did the road stitches that are the cherries. These, I've never really done a specialty stitch besides a French knot, but I loved these road stitches. These are fun. I had so much fun with doing those. I don't even really want to put this away in June, but I'm going to because I have strawberry moon stitching to do. A lot of strawberry moon stitching, for that matter. I'd like to get to the end of this so I can cut my fabric so I know how much I have left. Mondays are rest days. I've already stitched this week's stitching on this. I do that in advance because I don't have a lot of stitching time on the weekends. Actually, I have almost no stitching time on the weekends. We spend a lot of time at home though. Okay, these are all my plans. I'm gonna do the things that I have planned to start last. So, Marjorie Maid, I love her. She started the Strawberry Moon Sal last year. I'm sure going to continue it this year. If not, I'm still using the hashtag, and I'm still going to tag her in my posts, but I pulled out all my strawberry whips that I have. And I pulled out some strawberry things that I would like to start. So I have Strawberry Dream. This is a Carriage House Samplings pattern that came out last year at Market. I am stitching this on a 20 count. 18 count. It just says Ada on this tag. I have the border. I have the outside border done. So I've been working around the next border. I'm going to try to complete this border. I really want to finish this year. It's not a super big pattern. 81 by 96. That's not that big. And I have the border done, so I'm almost thinking about changing my strand today to a strawberry pattern just for June. I don't know if I'm going to really do that though. Next I'll have to insert a picture. This is my Frosted Pumpkin Stitcheries berry picking that I started in March. And these normally are done within the week that I start them. And I couldn't find any motivation whenever I started this to just finish it. So I'm going to finish this in June. I'm 100% going to finish this in June. Honestly, I'm probably like halfway through this pattern already. I'm stitching this on a 14 count Black Ada. I'm hoping that because it's going to be summertime, I'll really want to stitch on it. Well, I'm making myself do a lot of work for editing. Next is Owl Forest Strawberry Summer. I love this. I'm stitching this on a 20 count be stitch me. Periwinkle. And I'm just using the DMC conversion. There we go. All I've done is the border. I'll probably just continue on with the border. I would love to know how much fabric of this I have left. I think I'll have at least half, but I know I started this one last year in June. I haven't worked on it since. This one I started for Rebecca's birthday. And it's George Ate It All. This is a piece of 28 count that I dyed myself. I'm pretty sure that he's on strawberry pancakes. By looking at the picture, those look like strawberries to me. So I'm going to call them strawberries and I'm going to stitch him like he does have strawberries on him. This one isn't a super big pattern. We're going to see how much of this I can actually get done. This one I know I can get done. This is a new start that I'm going to have. This is a printed copy of this. This is Prairie Schooler. These are Christmas miniatures. There's a strawberry right here. I'll be stitching that. I pulled out this, the Amazing Doggy Swami. This is a 28 count. I believe, Prairie Dogs. I believe this is a 28 count. And I pulled out just some Cosmo Floss that I have in stash. And whenever I pulled this fabric out, I pulled out some other... Hey! I pulled out some other little scrapped fabrics that I have. I don't know if I'm going to stitch it on this or if I'm going to stitch it on the other. Prairie Dogs are going to be annoying now. Alright. June 13th, Rebecca and I are starting Flossy Fox Shop's strawberry pattern. I can't think of the name of it, but I am going to insert a picture. I'm going to stitch that on 20 count be stitch me rainy day. I'm going to probably start with the outline because that's just what I've been doing lately. And I just pulled floss from stash because I didn't feel like going through my DMC. And last, Annie started this today. This is Lindy Stitch's Strawberry Naps. It's a cat. This is also part of my haul because I bought Strawberry Naps. I also bought some Stitch Man Darcy fabric. I'll have to grab the other ones. This is one of them. This is Secrets in Lilacs. And I'm going to go ahead and just pull this out because I'm going to start this as soon as I'm done with this video. This is an 18 count Ada. This is amazing. I haven't pulled this out yet. I will say that Stitch Man Darcy's fabric is a little stiff, but that's okay. I don't mind that. It'll unstiffen with time. I think that this should only take like half of it though, so. But yeah, I'm going to start this today. And I pulled Fancy Floss from stash. Well, besides the white. And I know that it's a black cat, but my cute little kitten that I've got is gray. So I grabbed a gray floss from stash and After I'm done stitching this, we'll see how I feel. I may stitch this a second time. Maybe I'll use the same fabric on the other half. I don't know. But I might stitch it in the black that is sorted. Because I also have a black cat. I'm not going to pull these out of the bags. But I bought other 18 count Ada from Stitchman Darcy. Land Before Wine. Throne of Blood. This is fantastic red. A History of Violets. That's pretty. Greenback Boogie. And Pretty in Pink. I bought some Moselle Silk. I bought a lot of Moselle Silk. Strawberry Naps had 2 of the new ones that I bought, but I'm not going to go through and name all of these, but I will say that I pulled a 32 count Lugana out of my stash because Wanda's Stitching Kitchen, I messaged and asked if she wanted to start Elemental Dragons Water with me because she finished Earth like a week or 2 after I did. So I pulled out Sunset Lantana, you know. And I got this Moselle Silk and I'm gonna stitch it. I'm gonna stitch the water. Elemental Water with this. So, because now I've shown this, I'm going to put that in the bag with the, that's a plan. I think we're going to start that July 1st. I don't know. We were going to start it June 1st, and then we both were like, strawberries in June. We should probably change that. So, here's some of them. This set is all named after Wicked characters. This is Glinda, this pink. That's beautiful. Madame Marble. This one's really pretty. Elfie. And Dr. Delamond. This one's, I love that one. I wish that I'd have had this whenever I did Earth, Elemental Dragon Earth, because that would have been gorgeous. So, I'm going to go ahead and throw those in there. And then, in the mail today, I bought 2 Moselle Silk mystery bags. They were 8 skeins each. So, oh, and of course I'm dropping them all. I was kind of hoping that I would get some greens in here, but I got 1 green. And I love this one. That one's pretty. This one's pretty too. This one's Venice. Did I need these? No. Did I want them? Sure did. This one, I love this one. Festival. That's pretty. I don't know what I'm going to use that for, but... Pickled beets. Yes, please. Copper. I could definitely find something for that. I have a lot of Moselle blues. Water fountain. That one's pretty. Oh. I bought this at the thrift store, or not at a thrift store. I bought this at a garage sale for 50 cents, a dollar maybe. I don't remember now. This is very cute. It's not like fancy in the back, but that's okay. I'm gonna put this on my wall this winter. 6 months from now, you know. The 3 little snowmen. My husband saw this and he was like, do you need that? No, I don't need it, but I want it and I'm gonna get it. So that's what happened. I gotta find somewhere to put finishes that I don't need anymore. I got all this at the thrift store. This was a big giant piece of 14 count Aida. I got this at the thrift store, 18 count Aida. I just went through my fabric and I grabbed some pieces to get rid of, and then I went and bought more fabric. Why? I don't know. Some 14 count white Aida. There's a few pieces in here. They had this kit. Okay, well, this, you'll get the gist of it. The stickers, dollar stickers still on there. But I was like, that's too cute. It's a lot of backstitch. Like a lot. All of those twigs are backstitched. And then I found a lot of patterns. These were 25 cents a piece. Yeah. That's cute. Don't know if I'll stitch it, but this is the one that I was the most excited about. Brenda's sampler, or Barrick samplers. This is a Kathy Barrick. I sent a picture of this to Annie. I've never seen this one before. I really liked this one. I'm not really sure why, but when I got home from the thrift store, I'm not gonna stitch it in the colors that it's showing. I grabbed some Be Stitch Me silks out of my stash and I put in there 4 Be Stitch Me silks that I'm gonna change the colors of this too. It says there's 4 colors in here. I'm not exactly sure where all the 4 colors are, but I know His Eye Watcheth Over Me is going to be in this color, because that's the only quote on there. And that's actually about the color that it is. I don't know what fabric I'm going to use, but again, it was only a quarter, so. This one, I really liked this one. I'm not sure why. I never wanted to stitch a yellow house before, but this little rooster sitting on top of this fence is just cute. Just too cute. I loved this one. That little pink house, that's just adorable. I've never bought a Told in the Garden before, but again, for 25 cents, they had blackberry jam. I couldn't say no to that. And then I bought, oh yes, some vintage charts. Yeah, I'm stitching both of these. They're They're so cute. I think I paid 50 cents or something for this. I might have been a quarter too, I don't know. I will say, I'm going to show this real fast because I wouldn't normally, but they're humongous charts. They're 94 by 76, 76 by 94. So they're not very big, but the charting on those are humongous. I didn't buy this for myself. I do know that. Amity at Hathaway Stitchers. I bought this for her. Have I asked for her address? No. Am I going to? Yes, I am, because I really want to send this to her. I don't even know if she'd stitch it, but I know that she loves birds, and as soon as I saw it, I thought of her. So. I did buy this. I bought a couple magazines. This one I bought because I was like, oh, I love that front one. It's like a Thanksgiving sampler. Oh, it is a Thanksgiving sampler. It says we are a thankful people. We are a thankful people. This one I bought it because whenever I was flipping through it, I was like, "Ooh, this reminds me of Elizabeth Thread Gremlins." Is this the one she's stitching? Who is the designer for this? Does it say? I will say that, yeah, it's Teresa Winsler. This is the one she's stitching. I bought it mostly because of this, though, because I was like, I'm pretty sure that's the one Elizabeth is stitching. Am I going to stitch this anytime soon? No, probably not, but am I going to stitch it? Yeah, I think I might. However, I'm going to show you this. Holy moly, all of the threads. Never stitched a Teresa Winsler before, but this only has... That's okay, because it has the two patterns on it that I really liked the most. It only has those two patterns in it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it only has the two patterns. It has the peaches and the grapes, which is fine because that's all I really wanted to stitch out of the whole thing anyway. I don't like pears. I don't really need to stitch any more cherries. I think I might be good on my cherry stitching after Cherry Magpie, but I didn't realize that that was a chart in a magazine. I don't know if Elizabeth said that it was a chart in a magazine. I also got it because it has this watermelon chart in it. It's like a whole series, like it has 4. I really only like the watermelons, so that's fine. And watermelon patterns are quite popular nowadays. This at a thrift store near my house. It was a quarter. And this was professionally framed. I'm gonna take a page out of Annie's books and I think I'm gonna use this as photo props. Oh my gosh, it just dropped everything. But I loved that. I was like, oh, a quarter for that? That's cheap. store that I went to yesterday had a few things. It had this little tiny kit, Design Works kit. What can you do without a good snowman? And it had this. I sent a picture of this to Annie because I just couldn't stop laughing inside the thrift store. Don't hog the bathroom. It's pigs in a bathtub. It's a whole kit. It has the frame included. I probably will use this frame. I am definitely stitching this. It's one of those that you have to separate all the floss, but that's fine. It's definitely a vintage kit. 1992. That was 2 years before I was born, so. Ooh, now after I said it like that, that's kind of depressing. Kind of depressing. I bought this, Rebecca. Would you like this? I bought this mostly thinking of you because of this pattern. You said you liked watermelon patterns. Would you stitch this? If not, I'll keep it and I might stitch it eventually, but that was like the whole reason I bought it though. There was another pattern in here that I was like, ooh, that's gorgeous. And if Rebecca wants this, I might have to take this pattern out. Because it's lily pads and that is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. I would love to finish this exactly how they have it finished in this tray. I love that. And I bought this one because of this front cover pattern. That's beautiful. I'm trying to find the name of this pattern. The Rose Garden. It's just pretty. Oh, it was a companion for Gathering Honey sampler. I don't know, it's pretty. This was also at that thrift store that I bought the bear. Okay. I'm not stitching this entire thing. It's all a bunch of separate charts to make this one big chart. But I bought it because the bear, this little bear that says love you, or I love you, I was like, oh, that's really cute. And this charts and things. Yeah. And then I love you very much. Yeah. Charts and things. And I got this one. I bought this because I don't know, I really love cardinals. But I bought it because of this cardinal. I was like, oh, that's really pretty. But now that I'm looking at it, I do have a real thing for hummingbirds. So I might have to stitch the hummingbirds. I don't know, because how big are these? Oh, the cardinal is only 88 by 80. That's not that bad. Is the hummingbirds like the same size? $19.90. Oh, Stony Creek. Does it say that? Oh, it does. It helps if I read. It doesn't say... Oh, 91 by 94 is the hummingbirds. That's not that bad. There's a lot of colors in this, though. My gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. There's 22 colors in these hummingbirds. Holy cow. They do look very detailed, though. I think that's a bluebird. The robin is pretty. I'm not really a robin person, though. Yeah, it's a blue jay. The blue jay is really nice, too. I don't know. Oh. My best friend, my real life best friend, doesn't cross stitch. But she did announce that she was having a baby. A baby girl. She's due in October. Am I going to finish this by October? I don't know. But I found at the thrift store right after she announced it, this cross-stitch Afghan. It's humongous. I'm not going to unravel this whole thing. And I found some baby charts that I was like, oh, I could stitch some of those onto this little Afghan. I think that I bought this whenever I bought that. I was like, oh, I could stitch these little things on there. There's this one on the back, this little baby in a bathtub. That's cute. All of these little... There's quite a few little bitty tiny things in here. However, I don't know if I'm going to have time to stitch this whole entire Afghan before the baby is born in October. That seems like a lot. I will have time to stitch this, and I love that. And I might. Her mom is very... she's a big Avril Lavigne fan, and how she announced that she was having a girl on Facebook was an Avril Lavigne way. And I'm thinking I might change this hat to be pink and white, since she is having a girl. But with that said, I bought some other... Oh, and then I said I wasn't going to unravel it, and then I did. I bought some other patterns that had little tiny baby things. So I would definitely change the color on these. This one I would really like to put on there. She's a humongous Chiefs fan, and the baby's initials are going to be AFC, which is the division the Chiefs are in. So I'm thinking I might use this alphabet to put the baby's initials right in the center of the Afghan, so AFC. I might have to change the colors on that, though. Ooh, I don't know. The C is for clown. I don't know how she'd feel about that. But this little duck, I think it's supposed to be a duck. Goose? Duck? Goose? I'm not sure. That's definitely going on there. But yeah. I have really bad dry skin. I would definitely, I'm definitely gonna have to do something about all that. This was brand new, like the Afghan part was brand new. It came in the package and everything, and I took it out of the package because I wanted to really look at it. Oh, these were the other Artsy Housewife. She gave you the with words and without words on this month's Patreon. And then that was tier 4's chart. And then tier 3's chart is a hummingbird, so I had to print that off too. This month's Witchy Stitcher Patreon. I'm definitely never leaving the Witchy Stitchers Patreon because we get things like this. And I need to stitch this. I need to stitch this. That's it. I have thrown everything around me. I have a big pile of, well, crap. I have a big pile of crap around me because all my whips. It's almost mid-whip year time, like a mid-whip parade time. I don't think I'm going to be doing that this year because I have like 100 whips and I just don't think I can stomach doing more than one whip parade a year anymore. So, with that said, I'm going to stitch. Bye!